Hello, I'm Peter Bakker, President and the CEO of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. Our organization works with more than 240 global companies to accelerate the system transformations needed for a net zero, nature positive, and more equitable future. I had the pleasure of visiting Chile last October, where I engaged with many of you for the launch of our flagship Tackling Inequality report in Spanish. Today, it's my pleasure to address you as part of Acción Empresa's annual sustainability conference focused on building a common future. We are honored to count Acción Empresas as a leading partner of our global network, an alliance of more than 60 business-led organizations worldwide united to drive business leadership in sustainability. The urgency of our undisputed poly-crisis is now visible and tangible everywhere. Political and social instability, severe weather events dominating headlines all around the world every day. Unusually warm weather and high winds resulted in catastrophic wildfires in Chile earlier this year, resulting in the death of over 130 people and injury and displacement for many more. Collectively, we must catalyze business action to implement transformative solutions at speed and scale. As climate change and nature loss accelerate and inequalities unravel in developed and developing countries alike, the world recognizes that people are key to the business transformation. It is evident that our efforts to tackle inequality are not yet moving ahead with the same momentum as climate and nature action. For many businesses, the social side of sustainability continues to represent somewhat of a blind spot, and we are failing to address the systemic risk that inequality represents, a risk that is threatening not only our individual companies or communities, but entire economies and societies. This places business in a unique leadership position, and this is why we have convened the Business Commission to Tackle Inequality, or BCTI, a cross-sector, multi-stakeholder coalition of more than 80 organizations and their leaders with the mission of mobilizing the private sector to tackle inequality and generate shared prosperity for all. With the Commission, we've developed a clear call to action for business leaders and a set of comprehensive agenda for business action. This shared agenda, with human rights at its core, outlines 10 action areas that business must take to realize the world in which dignity and rights are respected, basic needs are met, and equal opportunities are available for all. We firmly believe that corporate respect for human rights creates transformative change in people's lives. When companies embed human rights into their business, human dignity moves to the center of how business is conducted, reinforcing the company's capacity to lift people out of poverty, discrimination, and abuse. Another pivotal action area is living wages and income. In Latin America, as all around the globe, the cost of living crisis continues to affect millions, with families struggling to afford basic needs such as food, healthcare, and affordable housing. For many, these rising costs have not been matched by an increase in wages, creating growing disparity between the income and their expenses. Paying workers a living wage is not merely an economic policy, it is recognition of the inherent dignity of labor. And we need to ensure that work provides a path out of poverty and that everybody who works earns enough to afford a decent standard of living. There is no doubt that tackling inequality is an imperative in our collective effort to realize transformation and a sustainable future. The world has turned to business to unlock urgent sustainability solutions. We need to implement transformative solutions across all levels of business activity with ambition based on science, data, and cross-sector collaboration. The burning question is not if, but how we rise to this challenge. We are prepared to work together to answer how to make transformation happen, how to perform well while implementing sustainable solutions, and how to get investors and stakeholders to recognize this. Success requires radical collaboration. This includes with each other, with customers, regulators, policymakers, and all across the value chains. The urgency to make transformation happen rings louder than ever. We know what we need to do, but we need to do it now. So I call on your continued commitment and leadership in driving business sustainability in Chile and beyond. We look forward to our important work and collaboration together in the years to come. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a very successful event ahead.